What's happening, everybody? I'm Steve, and welcome back to Junk Drummer TV, where I give my initial reactions, my hot takes, and my analysis on the drummers of today and yesterday, and maybe tomorrow if I stick around that long. Up until 3 weeks ago, I was a professional drum teacher, and I was a gigging musician. Welcome to video 7 of the quarantine, and I'm going to be honest, the quarantine just might be getting to me, because a couple nights ago, I ended up in my front yard at like 3 in the morning, blasting Daft Punk, dancing by myself. I live in a college town, so that kind of behavior is kind of tolerated, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Before we get going, I would like to say thanks to my 4 new patrons. Thank you, Jimmy Quick. Thank you, Charles Olivier Dufault. And if you're French, I definitely got that name right. And if you're not, I just butchered it. Thank you, Kevtron. Kevtron is my first patron who I used to be in a band with. Shout out, Kevlar. And shout out to Miss Lauren, who is definitely the first patron that I have who's actually been to my house. Today's episode is Anderson.Paak. I love Anderson.Paak. I was turned on to him by one of my singers in my band. Shout out, Holly. And he is a continuation of singing drummers, but he's unlike any of the singing drummers that's come before him. When you think about like singing drummers, and I do know that he sometimes, a lot of times, steps out from behind the drum set and just performs that way. I like it best when he's playing and singing at the same time. But when you think about like singing drummers, you think of Phil Collins, Don Henley, Levon Helm, obviously one of my favorites. And another one that just does not get enough love and recognition is Andy Sturmer, who used to be in Jellyfish. If you don't know who Jellyfish is and you haven't heard that record, Spilt Milk, it's probably a top 10 record for me. I think it's a work of genius. Please check that out. But singing drummers, it's a really hard thing to do because it's like a fifth limb you have to deal with. You got to keep all 4 limbs going on and staying in time and in the groove, and then sing and then sing in time and sing in tune. I can't do it. Hell, I can't sing that well anyway. But like singing and playing at the same time, it's really hard. It's a little bit easier if you're a background singer because then you're just singing certain lines. But if you are the singer who is, you know, giving the most part of that song, that's singing the main part of the song, it takes a lot of breath control. It's just a really hard thing to pull off, and Anderson.Paak does it wonderfully. So before we get into it, please, everyone, check out my Patreon. Please check out my merch page. Please give me a like, comment, and share. Give me a double tap on the subscription and the notification bell. And I hope everyone is staying safe, staying inside, and staying as happy as we can under the circumstances. So let's get into Anderson.Paak and the Free Nationals doing Come Down.
This song is appropriate, being that it's like
he has such a good voice.
Y'all niggas got me hot.
Man,
if you know this shit, sing along. Niggas got me hot. Hey, well that's exactly what the nigga came for.
Oh yes,
take a shot.
That kitties is what groove sounds like.
So hard to be.
Right off the bat, he's playing hi-hats. He's playing 16th notes. He's not playing anything else. And you want to move. He's doing a bare minimum thing that a drummer does, and he makes you want to move. That is what effective drums sound like.
Doing what you really meant for beauty. But don't I make it look easy?
That bass player looks like my trombone player.
Hey, you drink up all my liquor, come on.
Somebody around my house is drinking up all my liquor too. I haven't caught that motherfucker yet. He sounds like Curtis Mayfield. Like when you talk about Anderson.Paak, you can't just talk about his drumming. You got to talk about his singing. His drumming is one thing. Okay, so here's the thing about what you're seeing. All you YouTube shred guys that are come here for over-the-top, choptastic, fucking drum set, drum fill Olympics. This isn't what you're seeing. You're seeing the almighty 2 and 4, the golden 2 and 4, and you're seeing a groove that makes you want to move, and that's what you're seeing. Now here's the part about this, that when you are one of those guys or girls who want to see someone play the fastest shit they possibly can play, you're not getting what drums are supposed to do. What drums are supposed to do is to make the song sound great and feel great. If you were to write out what he's playing, it's just 16th notes, like in the vicinity of that. And that's fine. 16th notes, 2 and 4, 1, 2, E4. But what he's doing, you can't write down, and you can't buy it. And some people think you can't practice it. What he's putting down is laying down beautiful feel. Some people think that you can't practice feel. I heard Thundercat the other day say that, like, you know, if you don't have a good natural feel, you can't get there. I really hope he's wrong. You can't write down what he's doing. He's laying down this beautiful groove, and it's simple, and it's wonderful, and it's supportive. If you want to get into the technicality of what he's doing, some of the things that he's doing there on the 16th note, if you notice, he's playing 16th notes, and sometimes he'll dip his stick down this way and get more of a shoulder in it, and so you get a different hi-hat sound that technically, you know, is something that you can check out. But this is that metaphysical thing where it's magic. It's just magic. Some people have a magical touch on the drum set, and Anderson.Paak has it in spades.
I wanna get down. You might never get down. It's too long.
He does have fantastic teeth.
Say, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it.
Yeah, man, to be able to play that in the pocket and sing so wonderfully. He's got that James Brown thing going on, but it's smoother than James Brown. I think he sounds a lot like Curtis Mayfield. Who keeps drinking up all my liquor in my house? I love listening to this shit.
Let me get down. Do you see what's happening? You might never.
Gotta have those breaks. That's an old school soul move. Put those breaks in. Yeah, I like it best when he's playing drums and singing at the same time. Playing the quarter note on the snare drum. Those K hi-hats sound great. But yeah, see how he's rocking that right hand and getting a multiple, sounds out of the hi-hat. He's getting that tip, and then the shoulder at the same, after that. That gives you that. Yes, Anderson.Paak. I've been needing some funk in my life ever since the other night, since I danced by myself for a little while out in the front yard. I've been listening to a lot of like stuff that makes me want to move. That last little thing he did there, that was just a good old fashioned, rudimental type thing. He went, but he did it with his hand. What you saw today was not shreds, and that's fucking fine with me, because I would rather watch this than to watch, the drummer who just plays every note in 3 measures. That is what drums are for, is to make you feel something, and it hits you on a primal level. Like I said at the beginning of that, he was just playing 16th notes, and it made me want to get up and start dancing. That is when you really have the true alchemy drummers. Learn your 32nd notes, learn your polyrhythm, that's fine. But if you can't just put a fucking bass drum, a snare drum, and a hi-hat and make a room full of people want to move, then you ain't there yet. If you feel like you need 17 cymbals and 35 toms and to play the fastest shit that you can possibly play, there's a place for that. There's a small place for that. But that is going to get you in every room you want to get into. That's going to get you in the room, and that's going to get you the gig. Oh man, I want to fucking play drums, and I don't have my drum set here, and even if I did, I can't really play a full drum set here because I live in a townhouse, and my next door neighbor, what's up, Kyle, does not want to hear a loud ass drum set. But that's my favorite kind of thing to watch. Is art being made that reminds me that, oh shit, I want to make some art right now. And man, I haven't got to in a while. I did a little remote thing with my friends down in Nashville, but I haven't got to play a lot of music yet. And it could be a while before I get to play music in the room with someone. So there you go, man. Anderson.Paak. Man, if you don't get that, then you don't get it. And you don't get it. And keep practicing until it's easy.